Well, I've just come down to what we call our bottom orchard, and I'm going to do a bit of replanting of an old hedgerow. I'll show you in a minute. Along this hedge behind the camera is quite a lot of gaps that need filling with new quickthorn, so I'm going to plant some quickthorn today to fill up those gaps. So we'll have a quick look. Well, here we are, the boundary hedge between us and the neighbour's farm. There he is, he's working hard over there now with his loader. And you can see there isn't a lot of hedge here. What there is quite gappy. There's some big bushes here and then lots of gaps in between. And a couple of summers ago I actually replanted some of the hedge. You can see here some of the quickthorn has started growing quite well. But also it was a dry summer and I lost quite a few plants. So between the ones I planted like that, there's a gap here of nothing. So what I've done, I've got some more quickthorn to replant, and I think this is quite an important part of looking after the landscape. Very much England is hedgerows, traditional hedgerows, and you can put a strand of barbed wire up like this, but there's nothing better than having a good thick hedge to keep the stock in, and you can see them up there now. So I like to keep my hedgerows up together with a few quickthorn, and you can see a big gap there. But if we go on down, you can see the hedges aren't too bad, but I've replanted some of that hedgerow was replanted a few years ago, and we'll have a look later at what I've planted. Of course, all the hedgerows look a bit empty and barren this time of year. But my first task then is to really start clearing out some of the thorn around what's already been replanted. So I'm going to do that so I can see where I need to put the new plants. Let's go back up there and get the tools. So I've got my trusty bullet billock here, look. Not mega sharp, but sharp enough. And what I'm basically going to do is start trimming round, getting out all the brambles that are in here. And I'm going to start cutting through around the hedge, around the plant, so I can actually see what's there. Well, you see me hacking away at the kind of scrub around the quickthorn, and we're going to have a quick look now to see what we can see. Now, you'll see the ones that I planted a couple of years ago, because they've still got protective coil around them, and the quickthorn just sticking out the top. And you'll see here the odd gap there where there's nothing, where really you want quite a good dense closeness to keep them form a good thick hedge. And here's a plant, here's one I did earlier, as they say. This is one that I planted probably 10 years ago. It's still got the plastic protection on it, which it doesn't really need anymore. So I can take that off now. But you can see, there's the old stick. You can see how thick it is. good 2 or 3 inches thick compared with these little skinny things. So what I'm going to do is I'm filling in the gaps now with the quickthorn I've got. Like I said, I lost some in this hot summer, and that's why I'm just gapping up. We come down here, not too bad, quite a lot survived, but there were more than this when originally planted. Like you see, I put them in tandem here. There should be at least another one there and another one there, but I'm hoping in 5 years time they'll be quite big. Here's one that the cover's come off. What remains of the cover is still there, so I can probably reuse that. Put that back over there in a minute. But we'll have a look what I've got in my wheelbarrow anyway.